Before Iron Man appeared, Wolverine, as portrayed by Hugh Jackman, was one of the most popular superheroes. So after releasing the episode about Wolverine's victories and defeats, if you haven't seen it, the link is in the description. In this episode, I decided to compile the coolest and most incredible scenes with Logan. And our top 10 today begins with a scene from the 2003 film X-Men 2, when Wolverine and the other mutants are surrounded by the police at Bobby Drake's parents' house. Logan naturally did not comply with the officer's demands and immediately took a bullet to the head, which knocked him out for a short time. And then we witnessed Wolverine's incredible regenerative abilities. In 9th place, I put Wolverine's fight against Blob from the film X-Men Origins, Wolverine. And that's only because it's probably the only fight where Logan didn't use his main weapon, his claws. That's why the ending of this battle was so interesting. But Wolverine didn't disappoint and won an unquestionable victory, even though he made us doubt him at the start of the fight. In 8th place is the crazy showdown between Wolverine and Zero, whom Stryker sent after Logan. During the chase, Wolverine somehow managed to get to Zero in the helicopter. First, with just his left hand, he jumped onto the Hummer, and then, propelled by the shockwave from a missile fired from the helicopter, he flew straight to Zero and shredded his bird in mid-air, after which he blew up the helicopter just as spectacularly. Next, we have a scene from the film The Wolverine, where Logan, having arrived in Tokyo, faces off against an entire clan of ninjas who have been protecting the Yoshida household for the past 700 years. Fighting his way to Mariko, Logan took dozens of arrows with ropes to his back, which the ninjas use in an attempt to restrain Wolverine's onslaught. However, he was finally brought down by the last poisoned arrows. In 6th place is the gruesome massacre by Wolverine from the film X-Men Apocalypse. At Stryker's base, the mutants are searching for a way to free their friends, but they come across a tightly sealed chamber from which growling can be heard. As soon as Jean unlocks the bolts, Logan bursts out and in a rage, slashes through all the soldiers in his path. And everyone who watched this carnage through the surveillance cameras practically wet themselves. In 5th place is a scene from the film The Wolverine. Here, Logan decides to perform some self-surgery using Ichiro's X-ray machine. Together with Yukio, Wolverine discovers a robotic parasite attached to his heart that suppresses his healing ability. Without hesitation, Logan decides to cut himself open and remove the device. However, during the operation itself, so to speak, Wolverine is also attacked by Shingen, whom Yukio has been holding back all this time. In 4th place is Wolverine's final battle from the movie Logan. In the final part, Wolverine, sacrificing himself, goes into battle against his clone, Weapon X-24, who turns out to be incredibly strong and resilient, just like Logan himself was in his youth. In the end, X-24 mortally wounds Logan by impaling him on a fallen tree, but the clone is killed by Laura, who arrives just in time and shoots him with an adamantium bullet that Wolverine had kept for years in case he ever decided to commit suicide. The bronze goes to the insane scene from the film The Wolverine, which takes place in 1945. Here, Logan is in a prisoner of war camp near Nagasaki. During the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, he saves a young officer, Ichiro Yoshida, around whom, in fact, the plot of the film will revolve. Taking cover in a pit, Logan shields Yoshida with an iron lid and takes the full force of the blast himself. In second place is another scene showcasing Logan's incredible resilience from the film X-Men: The Last Stand. To stop the out-of-control Jean, who was destroying everything in her path, Logan had to endure truly hellish torment. Constantly regenerating, he managed to withstand it all and reach Jean, putting an end to the chaos. And in first place, of course, is Wolverine's transformation into Weapon X, which was shown to us in all its glory in the film X-Men Origins: Wolverine. As a result of the experiment, Logan's entire skeleton, including his claws, was coated with adamantium at the molecular level. Thanks to this, his claws can cut through almost any hard material. Adamantium also makes his blows heavier, which increases his offensive capabilities. But since adamantium is a metallic alloy, this makes Wolverine especially vulnerable to electrical and magnetic attacks and significantly increases his weight.